Hey, Tay, what's up? We are back here for, what is this, the third hole here of this set. Now, I'll typically try to play the pin. I need to kind of make a decision because it might be kind of prudent here to actually play the wind instead of playing the pin. So maybe if I put it over here on the front with a high setup, super top spin ball to try to get this up here as far as possible. But one thing that we'll have to try to do here is be as perfect as we can with threading it through here. Let's try here. Maybe just a touch of a hold up shot. If anything, make sure that you're at least pulled straight down, maybe just favoring the right just a little bit to just kind of hold the wind from really taking off, because if that takes off to the right, we can wind up down the hill and it's actually a little bit closer than I wanted it. But as you can see, it does just barely hold up. Now, we did miss the fairway, but we still have the 100% true lie, well, almost the 100% true lie here. So you'll see that it's like 99.8 or something. What would I do here? I'm not 100% sure. There's kind of multiple things that I can kind of be thinking about. There's a large upslope here. I'm not sure that a super backspin ball is really going to come back all that much. So kind of the alternative way that I'm thinking about playing this is just kind of with a driver. One of the things that I love about the driver comes in super low. So you'll see that my wind play has to be very marginally, which is one of the things that I love. And what I've already calculated the driver to on this by playing this just, few times out, I'm thinking somewhere in the neighborhood of maybe 257 for full club. With this tailwind, maybe it lands 260, 262, somewhere in there. So let's say this is going to land, I want this to land 228, I'm thinking. So if it's going to land 260, let's just split the difference and say 261-ish. Now let's go 262 just to be on the safe side. So let's say in this case with the 9 wind, it's going to land about 262 at 100% club. As I mentioned, we want to land probably somewhere in the 228 range at 3 to 3.1 per yard. I want to come off, what is that, 32, 34 yards, somewhere in that ballpark. Also noting, once you actually get to kind of about 10%, it actually starts to short land. So it's not exactly 1-to-1. So I think taking off 10%, even though 10% is 31 yards, I think that it's actually going to land shorter than 31 yards. And so instead of, I don't think it's going to actually land to, so somewhere around there, 89, 90% should be pretty good. I'm going to try to be safe rather than sorry. I think that this is going to have no problem bouncing up there. And if anything, it's actually going to probably be too much just because it's going to continue to roll. But what this does, especially, let's just say hypothetically I used a javelin here. I can essentially bump this and play very minimal wind. Well, first off, you can see I have to play very minimal wind to begin with. You can see that my aim is not pointed that far to the left at all, that there's very little wind that's going to play. So I find this to be very makeable without even needing a javelin. And that's one of the reasons that you'll see me try to pull this driver shot out as opposed to a wood shot. So this is just something that I've kind of developed. You'll see that the ball comes in low, and this has led to quite a substantial amount of double eagles playing this way. So you can see as you can see it comes in super low, and if I just get that right on line, it's just going to catch that hole. And as long as it gets on the ground fast enough, and this is something that I can just kind of learn from as well. Seeing how far it rolled through, I can essentially pull back even farther next time. Let's say that comes in slower. Maybe it takes the break and I actually make it. But vice versa, if a little bit more wind plays and it comes in fast, that's okay too. As long as it's on the ground, it's going to catch the hole. So multiple ways to get this. But here you're seeing I actually end up missing the green. So I do got to be a little bit careful because the biggest reason is great shot points. We need to make sure that we kind of stay on track here. So without without us hitting the fairway, without us hitting the green, you're going to see, oh, that does say we did catch the green. So it just stayed on. I thought it hit the fringe, but I would have been throwing out 50 points. And on the tee shot, I probably threw away probably about 35. So I am giving up those points. So you want to make sure that you keep those on in the event that you don't have any great shot points, which I don't yet. But this is going to be a great opportunity just seeing this setup. This is going to be my first real opportunity to probably get some. So I do think definitely we can try to take advantage of this. So I'll catch you on that momentarily and see you guys on this next one.